Hey guys, and welcome back to Scotty Knows. New episode here. I'm gonna continue the Honda Civic build. So I got some new goodies in the mail today. I'm gonna share that with you guys. But just a quick recap, last week we got the heat shield on, the exhaust on, tightened up a couple things, and it's coming along really well. So I'm at the point where I'm getting really close to getting it off the jack stands. I know I keep saying that, but it's coming soon, I promise you guys. But now I wanna show you guys some of the new parts that I got. So coming over, went ahead and got me a new shift boot. Like I said, I'm doing everything white on the interior, as well as a new NRG quick release. Now I do have a steering wheel coming, hasn't come in yet, but it's not gonna stop me from installing this, so I might hop on that here in this video. And of course I got a white shift knob, does have a Honda emblem in it. I gotta stick it on there, something just to kind of accent everything in there. Also, I got a box and a mess of boxes over here. I got some Fender Liners. I do have one that I pulled out the junkyard, but I figured I'd give these a shot. They're pretty cheap, hopefully they install correctly. We'll see how that goes. But I got the inner Fender Liners for both the passenger side and the driver's side, so we're gonna hop on that. But I'm gonna hop on the steering wheel. I already got the battery disconnected, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop that off. I believe I have the ABS disconnected when I pulled the dash out. But we're gonna hop on that. I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out, see if I can get that on. So let me grab my tools and we'll get started. Alright, so I knew I was going to start with the steering wheel first, but I figured I'd start with this dust boot real quick. The shifter boot, which is actually, if you pull it off, just 2 screws and should come out, and then should have the gaps there to be able to line this thing back in, so it should be pretty quick. So again, I got my screwdriver here, so we're going to go ahead and knock this out. Alright, there we have it. New shift boot installed. Everything should look good. I might just throw it on there and see what it looks like. I'm not going to install it 100%. And just kind of see what the shift knob looks like with it too. So it should look pretty good. So let me put it in there just to kind of get an idea what it looks like. Alright, there we have it, just kind of sitting in there. Still got to plug up my radio. Got to buy some speakers for the subs and all that good stuff. But I think it looks pretty good. It's going to look good in here. So it's coming along. Next thing to tackle this thing. So there's actually another piece here I had to take out, and then I could actually get this other star bit out here. So I'm gonna work on that. Alright, so I got both bolts out on the sides. There's actually one underneath. But once you get that, you should be able to pull it right out. And of course you will have to disconnect the ABS from underneath the steering wheel. And then of course I believe this is a 19mm. We'll go ahead and pull that out. I believe all this stuff goes with the clock spring. Pop all this stuff out. Get this on a bracket. Goes on the other side. And then that one there. Then I'll get my 19 and we'll pop that out. make sure it's straight. Since I'm here, I went ahead and got this loose. Just push in on the bottom, pull out on the top. There's going to be around the sides too, on both sides, and this should just come out. So this I'm actually probably going to paint, and then the bottom one has some screws in it, and then yeah, should be good to go. All right, so now I got everything disconnected underneath, some clips there. Fish this back up through, maybe. We'll get it up through there. But next I'm going to actually take out these 3 screws, and this thing should come off. So I'll check back with you. So I got all the screws out. I fished this through, and it just comes off. So let me prep my hub and we'll get that installed. Alright, so back in the car, I got my hub adapter, and you can kind of see the white dot. That's actually going to go up and in. Everything seems to be on pretty good. Take my nut. And we're on. So next I got the adapter for the hub that actually attaches to the steering wheel. My 6 Allen key bolts here. So I'm going to mount that here with the 2 dots facing down. I'll connect the horn here and get that bolted up. So you can also tell too, they actually have a dimple right there above the NRG that matches up with the white line, let you know it's straight. So let me hop on that, and then I'll show you how it looks. Alright, so got it installed. You know, I started crisscross pattern, just like you do a lug on your wheel. Everything seems tight. So let me grab my adapter. I'll kind of test that out and see how it looks. So there it is. I got it installed. For this kind of model here, you just press this button down and kind of slide everything up, and it comes off. I'm still waiting on my steering wheel. So hopefully that'll come in very soon, and then we'll get everything taken care of. I mean, it does stick out a little bit more than usual, but should look pretty good. So just kind of playing around, throwing my cover back on. It's just kind of sitting in there. Kind of shows you how it looks. A little NRG short hub. I think it looks pretty good. I think now what I'm going to do is actually paint these, make that match the car, and then go from there. So let me grab some paint, let me grab my stuff, and we'll get that rocking. Alright, so here we are outside. I went ahead and got my primer for my adhesion promoter. Stupid bugs. And also got my white vinyl fabric paint. So this is what I used actually to paint the entire dash, all the plastics inside. Quite a few cans, but came out pretty good. So let me space these apart, shake these cans, and get this thing spraying. So I went ahead and got my misc coat on here. First little coat, then I'll probably do maybe two more full coats, just to make sure everything sets up right. But it's coming along, kind of a slow process, but it's a warm day today, so it should dry pretty quickly, and then I'll be able to cover the whole thing. So I know from experience painting the inside of the Civic before, it does take a couple coats to actually look good, because it's going white over black. So a lot to cover up, but we'll get there and we'll get this thing installed. So let me wait here a few minutes, and probably a second for you guys, and I'll get ready to put some more coats on. Hey guys, so it's the next day here. There a minute ago you probably seen me starting to paint some of the panels for the steering wheel. So I actually do have this one done. Ended up having to put a few coats on there. And something exciting that came was I did get my hub, but also my steering wheel. So I got everything mounted up and it's gonna look pretty good. So if I take it, it works pretty good. So I got my hub assembly installed already. I did paint this piece here, so you see the other piece I got on the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and hook that back up and hopefully be able to complete this. And then on the back side, I did get some more of my parts from my father's house. I got the glove box, which is okay. It's a little bit yellowed. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit and probably put another coat on. Let me see if I can take this stuff apart. So I'll probably hop on that, but first let me go ahead and finish up the steering wheel section and we'll get to it. I just went ahead and got the glove box panel off here. Handful of screws there, got the latch out. So I'm gonna clean this up and hopefully the weather's not too bad today. I might be able to get this painted here today. So I'm gonna try to clean this up a little bit and see if I can get some paint on this. Alright, so put a couple coats on, wait a little bit. Once it dried, I went ahead and put it back on. So I do got some of the hardware. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can mount this in, see how it looks in the dash. So I got the glove box in. Not looking too shabby. But while I was actually waiting for that paint to dry, I did work on some of the door seals. I got these all cleaned up and kind of put back in. So I got that around, everything's looking good. Steering wheel's in. I did have to clean these seals up pretty good, but it's coming along. So I'm actually working on the door panel. Of course, when I started doing this door panel, I did it a couple years ago, really before I realized I knew what I was doing. I still have one more door panel to do, but I did rewrap everything in white. I'm not sure, let me see. Everything is rewrapped. And unfortunately, I drilled too far through the plastic. Typically, I guess you could use some screws to retap it, but I kind of messed that up. So right now I'm actually using a hot glue gun. I'm kind of getting that pressed back in. It actually came off 1 to 4, so I still got a couple more holes to do. I have to drill them out. and of course fill it in with some hot glue. Just kind of a pain in the butt myself, but maybe I'll get a new door panel and do it all over again. I don't know what I want to do, but I kind of showed you guys the other door seal that I installed, so you can kind of see the other one I got for the passenger side. It's quite nasty. I just take my little Brillo pad and some water and get it all cleaned up, and it seemed to work out pretty well. But the car is coming along, getting there. Of course, I got the rear done. Oh, the suspension's good, so it's coming along. So I think that's going to do it for today's episode of Scotty Knows. I appreciate you guys coming along this journey again as I continue to build this thing. I did take a couple of days off from working on the car just to make sure I get my yard together and everything. It is beginning of spring, so I'm going to be working on that here this summer, making sure everything's good to go there. So I got a lot of projects, but the main focus is getting this car done. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. But just going to do it for today's episode. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Feel free to like, subscribe, leave comments and feedback. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of seats I want to do. I did find maybe some white and black seats, since I will have some black accents in there. Can't get everything 100% white the way I want it in there, but it'll work for now. But I got the steering wheel in, hubs in, all that's good to go. Next step is probably going to order some seats, finish tightening up the interior, and I got a lot to come, so stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.